What up, homeboys? We kinda out here. Another beautiful day, doing some real science. Science never sleeps. Today's science, raw chicken and heaven and hell. That's an interesting concept. This famous powerlifter, Louis Simmons, that I really liked because he was authentic AF. He wasn't coping about his steroid use or all that. Maybe he was coping about the powerlifting a little bit, why he did it. But he was straight up about the steroids and stuff. And one of his famous quotes were, "Heaven and hell is all inside your head." And that's kind of interesting idea. Maybe the Bible is more metaphorical. It's not meant to be taken literally, more metaphorically. And we all been in this simulation or whatever the fuck it is. And we have those highs and we have those lows. We maybe experienced some heaven inside of this and some hell, some suffering. What leads to heaven? What leads to hell? We always want to go to the heaven. Is it Jesus? Is it following nature? Well, I can tell you this much. When you do certain things, you move closer to this way. When you do certain things, you go downwards, more towards the hell plane of existence, where suffering is increased. Things suck ass. It's shitty. I like to call it struggle city. That's a nice metaphor for hell. We don't want to end up there. So what's the first thing? There's also this saying that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Sometimes we do good things, that we live good, but we were delusional about them. They're actually not very good things. What leads to that? One, brainwashing. Our environment brainwashes us or programs us this wrong way, that we believe good is bad and bad is good, if there even is good or bad. But there has to be some good or bad, because certain things make things go bad inside of us, physically and mentally, and something make things go good. So there has to be some good or bad. But the first step towards the hell is you have to be brainwashed, delusional. You don't know what's good or bad. You're delusional about it. You have no knowledge. But I would say it's pretty rare that people are so delusional, so brainwashed. They lack introspection so much that they cannot analyze themselves, look inside of them at all. I don't think most people are like that. There are some, like this MK Ultra victims, or any victims with big trauma in childhood. because then they create these coping mechanisms as a child, and it just comes second nature of the dead, leads to hell time after time, creates the pattern. You cope, you go to the hell. But most, they have a little bit of introspection left. They can feel it. Maybe they don't know it, or they don't know it, but they can feel it a little bit. And the mechanism is still the same. The first step towards hell is when you start coping. You start being delusional about things. It will always lead to unhappiness. If I only get a little bit more money, if I only can deadlift 200k, I can get this. If I only can have 1 car, 10 cars. If I only can get this grade at school. If I only can get into this university. If I only eat this. If I only eat that. Well, if I only go to the ice bath every single morning, if I only do sauna 30 minutes a day, if I only read this book, that book, if I only follow Jesus, if I only follow Allah, Alhamdulillah, my brothers and sisters. You see where I'm going. And there is nothing wrong in these things, money, per se. They don't exist, a lot of them. But self-improvement, money, cars, all these, they are what they are. But if you cope about them, you believe they're gonna give you meaning to life, they're gonna make you more attractive, they're gonna lead to peaceful state of happiness inside of you. You're coping, bro. You start to lie to yourself. That's the first step. First step towards hell. You have no knowledge about these things. You haven't thought through what will happen if you do them. And you start to cope about it. Why do we cope though? Because we want that love. Children start to cope because their parents don't give them the love, spend time with them, loving ways, recognize them. So children create coping mechanisms. So they get more attention. They want to get that love. We all want that. That's all we want. Then as an adult, most coping comes from because we want the sexual attraction from the other sex. We want to reproduce. That is our natural instinct. More healthy our biochemical state is, the more we want to reproduce. We want that love. even friendships. We start to do this, we start to do that, this hobby, that hobby, this school, this job, because we want to impress. We want to impress others. We want to attract others, especially sexual partners. We start to go to the gym, build muscle, read books, some Marcus Aurelius, maybe read Plato though, Stoicism, philosophy, spirituality, religion. We look answers from these places because we don't feel worthy. We start coping. The steps are going down when you take that step. And like I said, nothing wrong. These things per se, they are what they are. You gotta see through them. Learn what is natural, what gives meaning, what is meaningless, what leads to certain unhappiness. And you have to accept yourself fully. The biggest cope is that you can change yourself. That you can completely change yourself and get these things that you want. But sometimes it is not enough. You are born how you are. Never stop learning, never stop growing, but stop coping. There are many things you cannot change about you, your looks, your character. When you accept this, it might be very difficult at first if you have been coping hard for years. But might be pretty devastating for your ego and how you feel. But it is road to heaven. It is road to peace. If you don't accept yourself, you're never gonna be at peace with yourself. You're always fighting. You can do all these things, self-improvement, spirituality, religion. You can believe whatever you want. You can try to eat the best foods you can. And that's actually gonna probably make some difference. But only some. It's not gonna change everything. It's never gonna be perfect. That's one of the biggest marketing scams out there. People are trying to promise you perfect world with their things, ideas, beliefs. It's never gonna happen. It can be pretty good though. But see things how they are. They are how they are. You are how you are. And then do the best you can with that. But the cope, it will kill the authenticity. It will make you fight against yourself the whole time. It will attract other people that are coping hard. And misery loves company. Then it's gonna be just one whole big cope fest. Get through it. Accept your nature. And accept nature's laws. How they are. Maybe I'm gonna try to eat the bone a little bit. Eating raw chicken bone. The bone marrow is pretty good. The thing is, the harsh truth is, you might not find the love you're looking for. Sometimes you have to accept it. Maybe you can. I'm not saying there's no hope. But cope will lead to hell. Acceptance of your nature is your best chance to going to heaven, going up. See you there.